Hey, folks. Come and join me today, May 3rd, 2020, my 60th birthday. And I decided because, we're not on a cruise to Curacao. Today would have been the day. We would have been, bye-bye, bon voyage. We would have been setting sail. We would be boarding the ship right now. So instead I thought, hey, why don't I spend it with my peeps and say hello? And we can talk about karma and all its essential hijawatchets and whatever what you think it means to you and what you can do with it. Let's focus on your karma today. And I'll tell you, come say hello to me. If you're new to me, by the way, Elaine Marolakos Edelson, if you're new to me and new to astrology, the planets don't do anything to you. We live in a cooperation with the cosmos. And when the planets make a move, you feel it. When you make a move, the planets reflect that by way of aspects and angles in astrology. And it's my birthday party today. Birthday party. Party in the house. So because we couldn't be on a cruise, we would have been in San Juan, Puerto Rico last night, celebrating at the El Convento, historical convent turned hotel, boutique hotel. And we would have been there. So what we did was we barbecued and made an amazing spread of food. And then we put on some Latino music and we danced in the living room. Yeah, we did. That's what we did. So we're going to pretend that in an hour we'll be at the buffet on the ship and eat our heart outs. Yeah, come join me. Say hello. Candace, happy birthday. Thank you. Christine, hi. Nice to see you. Happy Sunday, everybody. And, when I talk about karma, which is what we're going to talk about today, I will be pulling some cards for people. So, whoopsie. Oh, one just literally fell out. Let me just go get that. Haha. The Observer. Can you see that? It's a cat observing the moon. The Observer. Well, I'm gonna read that one later. I didn't even get to finish shuffling. Hey, Renee, Lucy, hello, Trish. Excuse me. I went out with I still have my workout clothes on underneath. You can't see. But a little lipstick, a little eyeliner, a little comb and the frizz, I actually realized, I was supposed to have my hair cut a few weeks ago. And sometimes I'll just trim my own bangs, right? It's just easier. But, walking the dog today, I realized I had, because my hair, it was all out to here this morning. Excuse me, having slept on a slightly wet head. I took a late time shower. Anyway, so I had all this hair and I realized I am growing romance novel hair. I am. So let's observe that, okay? Why not? Hey, Trish, it's your daughter's birthday today. She's 8. Oh, happy birthday, May 3rd. You just turned 8. It's the most magical time. Magical time, May 3rd, age 8. Yes. Enjoy, because you get to be at home. You get to eat what you want. You get to play. You get to just, happy birthday. Okay, so I'm going to mix up some cards. I'm going to start the discussion about karma and what we think it is. Hey, Maureen, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for the birthday wishes. And I want to say that I had this experience this morning when I was walking the dog. And a lot of times, a birthday in astrology is called a solar return. And the celebration, and it's when the sun returns to its original position of the exact moment of your birth. Mine was 12 degrees, 47 minutes of Taurus. And it was actually yesterday I began my solar return and then through Monday. So it's a 3-day celebration we do in our house of solar returns. And I like to say to people that no matter where you are on your birthday of those 3 days, it's very interesting because you will get a very clear gauge of who you are by what's in front of you. enters your world, and it's a big magnifying glass on your karma. So I'm just going to say to my husband a little shout out, because I hear something and I'm wondering if he's boiling tea in the kitchen and has forgotten to turn off the stove. Because I'm not going to run into the kitchen right now. Hey, Dean, you got anything going on in the kitchen? Because I think you're in your office. Yeah. Oh, there was a fire on her birthday and the house exploded. No, we're not having that. No. We're not having that. So anyway, walking the dog this morning. I do my morning meditation. I went out to have a little walk, and she's almost 16, so it's not a lot of walking. And we go to what we call the upper 40 by the golf course, and it's just grass. And there's a little tiny hill, and I walk up and down, and she was eating a lot of grass today. So I figured, either she needs the chlorophyll or she's got a tummy thing happening. And there goes my husband running into the kitchen. Yeah, we do that now. I'm 60, he's 64, almost. Yeah, we forget. We forget things. So I'm walking the dog and I'm so blissed out, and I'm meditating with a tree, which I do often. I'll just pick whatever tree is around. There's so many. And I'm looking at the grass, and there's a breeze blowing my romance novel hair. And I'm just so grateful, and I say my morning salutations every day. Thank you, sun, for shedding light, illuminating the path, and helping things grow. Thank you to the earth for keeping me grounded and showing me the most obvious, truthful path for me to take. Thank you, wind, for the promise of a new day, fresh ideas, and witticisms that come and go. And thank you, water, for the flow of life and keeping me buoyant in my emotions and helping me to let it go. Right? And so I do that. Right? Okay, I'm done, and just kind of hanging out, and I'm watching the dog, Coda, and she's just munching on some grass, and it's just beautiful, and the trees are swaying, and it's only 72 degrees, and a little golf cart drives by, maybe about 30 feet away from me, and it's a woman, I would say, with her husband or a gentleman, and maybe early to mid 70s. And I'm not going to do it now because it'll blow the speaker and my microphone. But she just screeched to a halt, and she looked at me, and she screamed, "Hey, you!" But I wasn't startled. I just kind of looked up because I'm in a blissed out moment of Zen and grateful beingness. And she went, "Hey, you!" She said, "There's a coyote out there. Pick up your dog. It's not safe." So any other me previously, I would have felt that wave of intense, inappropriate greeting, and I would have slammed it, and I would have given it back to her, or I would have felt terrible. I would have felt the ickiness of that vibration. But I just kind of looked, and I just said, "Thank you." And I smiled, and she went, "Wow." And then she just sped off, and the fastest you can go is 15 miles an hour anyway. And then I just kind of watched my dog eat, and I said, well, that happened. And that had nothing to do with me. Not my circus, not my monkeys, and I am not the droid you're looking for. That's how I took it. And so I took that as a wonderful validation of all that I have done in my, I have to say 59 years plus one day of being on this earth, and realizing that, karma is not good or bad. It is just the harmonizing of energy. And so a lot of people think that, first of all, in that experience this morning, had I been me a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, I would have cried. I would have felt affronted. I would have had trouble letting go of the vibration. I would have listened to that scream, "Hey, you," for days at a time. I would have thought, what did I do wrong? And I would have minimized myself. But having gone through my shadow phase, what Carl Jung likes to call the shadow phase, and realizing that not everything in the world is about you. Right? Sometimes you just got to step to the right, and people are doing their own thing. They have their own rhythm. And you don't have to be a part of that dance. It's, it's my party and I'm not crying because I don't want to. And so in karmic understanding, people look at, I just had something happen to me that was bad. And so I must have done something to deserve that. Well, in some cases, okay, that's a valid definition, right? That's a valid belief, but that's a small version of how big it could be and how happy it can be if you realize the combination of your energy, what you put out into this world, is body, mind, spirit. And the more aware you are of what Carl calls the shadow side, that's your archetype, that's the part of you that's in fear, the more aware you are of that, and you bring that up, you raise that vibration and you bring it into the light. It's not good, nor is it bad. It is just feeling present and being in the moment of power where you choose that next moment. That's karma. So when I look in astrology at what karma represents in a person's chart, I look at Saturn and I look at Neptune. And if a person has, difficult angles, a square, an opposition, that kind of thing, to their karmic planets of Saturn and Neptune, sometimes the moon, but that depends, then I'll say, okay, so you keep going around the same circle, like that little little mouse going around the wheel, right? And so you just keep repeating the same thing. And that's what happens when we are fearful. We have this aversion to living because we formulate an idea created by an experience that anchors it. And we say, that's not safe. He's not safe. It's not safe. And a lot of times, if the person is toxic or the situation is dangerous, yeah, it's not safe. But then you take that experience and then you apply it across the board to everything that hasn't happened yet. And then, so that's where karma comes in. And it's like looking at a blueprint through this card that fell out right at the beginning. As an observer, this morning, I don't know if you can see that. Oh, there we go. This morning, I was just watching this woman have like a mini hissy fit. Because in her mind, I was going to regret not taking her advice by picking up my little 10-pound dog because there was a coyote out somewhere in the distance. Well, okay. She has no idea who I am, my own reasoning, and I could have had a rebuttal. I could have argued. I could have, I did nothing. I smiled. I felt the need for nothing. And in that showed me that I have overcome so much of my own crappy karma. Crappy karma, that's what it is. And I've got my butterfly pea flower drink with antioxidants, and I'm going to make a cake for myself later. Okay, that cake, yeah, that looks delicious, doesn't it? Well, I don't eat wheat or sugar, so I'm going to make my own cake. Well, let's pretend I did. Yay, let's put on party hats. We're gonna have a party. And then I'm going to make purple icing. Because it's fun. Let me check in. Let me see who's here. Come say hello. Oh, so many people. Lucy, Renee, Trisham, Kate, Maureen, yay. Rhonda, Trish, Becky, Casey, hey, thank you. Suzanne, hello. Diana, hey. Sasha, and Brittany, thank you so much. And for those who are just tuning in, I am going to offer a special session, a Karmic Clarity session. So I think if you're listening, maybe you can post that. And you can, through this week, through May 8th, 2020, you can book it and then have it anywhere between today, May 3rd, and June 15th. And that's my special happy gift to you to say thank you for watching, for sharing, for growing, for looking at what your own karma can be like. So again, karma is not good or bad. It's a harmonizing. Oh, hi from Ottawa. Hello. And it's a harmonizing of elements and energies. You know, when you take the time to really go into a shadow element of yourself, when you have the awareness that, oh, I keep attracting the same kind of boss or the same lover, or, you know, I get into the same arguments over and over. You look at what did I just do? The moment when you have that realization is the moment that it's a karmic moment, and you say, I can make a different choice right now. You know, karma does not mean written in stone. It means you've come to clean up some unfinished business about what you perceive and how it creates fear and limitation in your life. And so that comes back to the ideal vision, which is Neptune energy. And Neptune is one of the karmic planets. And then the other one is Saturn, and that is the taskmaster. You know, you're whipping yourself because, oh, I deserve it. I must have done something wrong, or, you know, I'll just take the brunt of it, or, oh, you know, they are that way in the relationship. It's just who they are. But if who they are is abusive to you, or, you know, invalidating you, that's you then. It's not them. It's you allowing that. And that's a Saturn energy of denial and maturation. And so karma is, you know, karma is the dharma. Dharma is the path, and karma is the action upon the path. It's that simple. That's all it is. Everything is karmic. Everything. So whatever you do, you can split that choice. If you've ever seen the movie Sliding Doors with Gwyneth Paltrow, this is what it's like. A woman, no spoilers, a woman runs down the steps to the metro to catch a train, and she misses the train, and her life takes one direction. Then the movie starts over literally a few minutes later, and the woman runs down the steps to catch a train, and she gets on the train. So that's a different trajectory, because now she has two different paths, and the movie is about taking those two paths. Now, whether or not the outcome at the end of those two journeys is the same is irrelevant, because you have a choice to make along the way of how you choose to. You know, and I've said this before, people will say, you know, when you do a reading, I don't want to hear anything bad. I don't attract too many of those people anymore. Because as my vibration changes, I attract people who are ready for a certain kind of awareness in a reading, or you know, an energy session. And so, but in the past, when I've said to people, well, what's bad? You know, it's like, oh, I don't want to hear that I'm going to die. And it's like, well, but we're all going to die. That's the period on the end of your life on Earth. That's the period on the sentence. But how you live, and what choices you make between now and then, you know, you're going to die in your body, but you live on. You're going to keep going. And that's my fervent belief, ladies and gentlemen, and those of non-specific gender. Yeah. Oh, hey, Diana, happy birthday from California. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So I am going to pull some cards, and I will pull from Colette Barron Reed's Wisdom of the Oracle, because I really like these cards. I did ask for another. For my birthday, I asked for some other cards. The day isn't over yet. And plus, we celebrate 3 days at a time. So there was yesterday, there's today, and there's tomorrow. And, you know, one of the biggest gifts I got, I'm going to share this with you. My kid is going to be 21 in a couple of weeks, on May 19th. And I got this text today. They're in Portland in lockdown. Mama, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 exclamation points. Happy birthday. I absolutely adore you and love you so many. That's how we talk to each other. You've been nothing but special and a hero to me since I was a kid, and you're an enigma since you managed to lift me up while also keeping me grounded at all times. And all the time. 3 blue hearts. Thank you, my darling. So, yeah, karma. You know, we all have it. It's not good or bad. And you have choices. You can morph things. And that comes down to neuroscience. And, you know, I still hear people talking about left brain being logical, right brain being creative. I just want to touch on this for a hot second. And that is, that used to be like a really big belief system. And it is still somewhat true. But now science has discovered what goes on in between the left and the right. And that center place of your awareness. And that you have wires that cross. We'll just call them that, wires that cross, and neurons that take over because of what you tell them to do. Oh my gosh, that's not safe. That's not safe. That's not safe. So every time you walk in the rain, you slip, you fall, you say, it's not safe. I can't go outside when it rains, or I have to walk slower and limit my experience, or, I have to wait till it's over and delay my world and my life. So you're going to create perceptions, and your neurons are going to anchor those perceptions. And then you create a frequency, and that frequency creates a vibration, and that vibration is what brings other things of like to you. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's keep it simple today for my birthday. I want you to think about your karma and what it could be. And if you're ready to face your karma, and that sounds like a challenge, let's call it an opportunity. Let's call it a piece of cake. It's like being in the awareness of my karma is a piece of cake. Yeah, I'm going to have several slices today, in fact, and I'm going to be okay because I am connected to a greater whole, and that greater whole has a vibration that is constantly looking and seeking to support you. So, does that make sense? I'm going to have a sip of my awesome purple tea. Yeah, like that. Forget your troubles, come on, get happy. I'm going to tune in, say hello. Oh, Catherine says, happy birthday, beauty. Welcome to the Sexy 60s Club. Is that where I am now? Okay. What I have going on underneath the camera? Well, I went keto, strict keto, exactly 1 year ago. Well, I've been strict keto on and off for about 4 years. And then I just I changed my mind. I'll have an apple, or I'll have, whatever. But I am 1 sugar a day. I am 15 carbs max a day. And I did that for consistent 11 months and dropped 21 pounds. Yay. So when I make and so then I don't have a need or desire because I make my own desserts. So I make macaroons, keto macaroons. Everything's my keto kitchen is what I call it. So I've got keto macaroons. I've got keto pound cake, keto. I'm attempting, I think today I'm going to go for, I've done keto pecan cookies. There's no deprivation in my world anymore. Used to be a long time ago. Denied myself anything of pleasure or sweetness. Not now. And I'm keto, so I don't actually eat sugar. So it's almost ironic, isn't it? So, I was looking at a recipe yesterday. I thought, what kind of birthday cake do I want to make for myself since I won't be on a cruise ship eating, all the desserts in front of me? So I'm going to do, I think it's a Japanese cloud cake or cotton cake, they call it. And it's it's like a sponge cake, but it's how they mix the eggs separately and whatever. So I might do that. We'll see. But right now I'm going to pull some cards. I want you to think about the thing that keeps recurring in your life, and how we can alternate the outcome, just like in the movie Sliding Doors. Your karma does not have to be negative. When I look at a person's birth information, I wonder, do I have somebody's? Okay, I'm not going to say who it is. And they're actually right here on this chat. But I do numerology when I do a chart. I'm going to hide the person's name. I'm going to hide their name. Okay. And so what I do is, you can see, I don't know if you see the box. No. Ah! See the box? Okay. I count people's numbers. Your name has a vibration. Your name has numbers. And that box that I calculate the numerology in, the birth date, the birth time, the exact birth time, and your name and your numbers and all the frequencies that make up you, all of them, your auric frequency, what's stuck in your chakras. I look at all that stuff. But when I do the numbers and I look to see what numbers are missing in your name, that points to karmic awareness. So what I found is really interesting is that it doesn't matter whether you have no numbers missing or all the numbers. Well, you wouldn't be alive if you had all the numbers missing. You wouldn't have a name. You would have no name, and you wouldn't have a birth date because you would have no numbers, and you would just exist as, like a floating orb. And it's like, oh, there they are. Hey, happy birthday, dude. as you float by. But if you have some numbers missing or no numbers missing, one thing remains constant, and that is you're still here to be you. And if you limit yourself in any way, shape, or form, I had several numbers missing in my experience, and I've worked on those things: relationship, awareness, and the relationship starts with me to myself and me to my outer. So it's not just me and a lover, or, people hear relationship, they think, oh, it's your husband or your wife or your lover. No, a relationship is who you are to everything, but it starts on the inside. I have a relationship to my awareness and my thoughts, my feelings, my body, mind, spirit connection. That's my first relationship. And then to what I believe about this universe. My starseed squad, my medical assist team, all in energy form, my monadic structure, my higher self, my gatekeepers, my angels. Okay, so I've got all and people passed on loved ones as well. So I've got my relationship going, and then I meet a person and have a relationship to a person. So that's last. I have a relationship to food. I have a relationship to nature. And so do you. So if you find that you're going in circles and you keep getting stuck in the same loop, you're going around the same thing over and over and over again, and you're not dealing with parts of the shadow side because of the fear. I remember one woman said to me a long time ago I met her at a garden party or like a barbecue or picnic or something. And she said, yeah, people don't change. You can't change. There's nothing you can do to change. It doesn't, nothing works. Nothing is. And I'm thinking, okay, wow, I don't believe that at all. But if you do, okay, then I guess your life is exactly what it will always be. And you have congealed into your final self, not a judgment, just an awareness of, I'd never met anyone before who thought that way. Some people I would meet and go, oh, it's tough. It's hard to change. Change is possible, or here's how to change, and here's a transformation you can make, or, counseling helps, or counseling is bull, or, energy work does this or it doesn't, but nothing changes. And I'm like, wow. That was very fascinating. So anyway, I'm going to pull a card. And then later on today, I'm going to bake a cake for myself. And I know my husband. I know my husband. And something is very suspicious in my world right now because I've not heard from anyone. And that usually tells me that there's something up. So, I try to go blind with that. Once, I'm talking randomly now, I used to have a favorite show. And my favorite shows dealt with spirituality, magic, mysticism. Even as a kid, Land of the Giants. Wow, there's little people. I see little people. I would ride my bike and have them fly next to me, And later on, I realized they were fairies in the fairy kingdom and the Fey Woods. So, and then I saw the show with, what's her name? Magnolias, Steel Magnolias. Oh my gosh, she never ages. Sally Fields. Okay. Sally Fields. And I think John Davidson. And maybe I was 10 or 11 or 12. I don't even know how. But anyway, she was a psychic. And I didn't, I watched the show and I never doubted. I had never heard the word, but she could see things. And I remember this one episode where her husband was trying to give her a birthday present. And she said, no. And he said, no, I want you to take the present, because she was afraid she would know what the present was before she opened it. And she didn't want to hurt his feelings. And he said, no, I want you to take the present. And she took the present. And I'm watching this and they're sitting on a couch. I have this memory. It's so strong in me because I identified with this so much, even though I didn't know all the words or terminology. I was just like, yeah, I'm her. And so she has this present and she tries to figure out what it is. And she says, I don't know what it is. And he said, I know, because I don't either. I had somebody else buy it for you. And I just thought that was hysterical. And then I grew up and then I learned my husband would, he's really good at holding in a private thing, especially surprises. So I've learned not to question or doubt him. Thank you, Dean. I love you. And, but I'm not looking to read him. And I try not to. And so, yeah. And that's great. And I said to him, you're my gift. Hanging out with you in quarantine. Yeah. Let's put on our masks and go out for a walk hand in hand. How romantic is that? Okay. All right, I'm going to mix up the cards. I want you to think about the thing that keeps recurring in your life. And so I'm going to pull down some vibe to help you, jazz hands, to help you work through whatever karmic issue you have. And also remember this Karmic Clarity Astro Cake Special I'm having. You can actually get it through May 8th of 2020. So if you're listening to this in a replay, it will not apply after May 8th. And then you can book the reading anytime between today, May 3rd, through June 15th of 2020. And it's 40 minutes with me, Karmic Clarity. Let's help you. All right, so think about the thing that keeps recurring that you can't seem to get a grip on, you can't seem to get a handle on, or perhaps it's a fear you have of something that you've had for a very long time. And it can lead to something else, because this is a general read, right? But it can lead to something else. Sometimes we meditate and we say, oh, I need healing, or my arm hurts, or what's with the stomach pain I have had for 3 weeks? And you ask for clarity, and suddenly you get a phone call and somebody starts talking to you, and you're thinking, I have to solve the problem, or you're thinking, I got to go to the doctor, I'm going to call them, and yeah, it's all good. But then the person that you talk to starts talking about, I had this rash and then this thing and I ate this thing. And you're like, wait, what did you just say? I want you to start listening more to what comes your way and to see if it applies to you. Because if it resonates a frequency that is meant for you, it's a piece of cake. Getcha? All right, here we go. I'm gonna mix these up. They're big. Big cards are hard for me because they go flying. All right, so I'm asking for you to now focus. I want you to focus right now on being centered in your body. Take a nice deep breath if you want to, and exhale. You're centered. Your body, mind, spirit are together, and you're open for suggestion. You're open to suggestion. And you are surrounded with light, rainbows, party balloons, clouds, and cake. And it's so funny because I just flipped this card. It's called Happy Happy with balloons. That one's for me. I'll put that over there. Okay, so think about that. Be open to suggestion right now. Angels are coming through. I've asked all the energy grid of the earth on the angelic plane, the Metatron, Merkaba, the cube, body, mind, spirit alignment, the ascension, taking you to the next level of awareness with a thought, with a suggestion, and in this case, with a card. So to help you understand your karma better. Oh, there's more than one that wants to come out. Hang on. I'm running out of room on my desk. That's for somebody. I don't know who. Okay. As is this one. Okay. So more than one card came out. Okay, so these cards may or may not speak to you all at once, but this one came out first. I love this one. Okay, this is for a majority of people. Hang on, I'm going to also get her book just to make sure I get all the meanings. Flexibility. Flexibility for some of you. The essential meaning is being teachable, teachability, open-mindedness, being adaptable without compromising what's most important. And just like as I meditated with a tree this morning, I leaned up against it and I said, thank you for whatever wisdom you have to offer and lend to me. And I felt this, I don't even know what kind of a tree it was. I'm going to have to go find that out. But I felt this groundedness, of course, because of the roots. And then I felt and heard that no matter what you witness going by, you can stay grounded in your own reality. That's what the tree shared with me. Stay grounded in your own reality. So be willing to learn. Common sense is important, but stay open. Stay curious, stay aware, and remain flexible. And then suddenly others become flexible too. Isn't that wild? How when you change your reality, other people start to change? Are they really changing, or was it just you? Consider how the tree remains supple and secure when everything around it may be in shambles. Wow. Okay. So that was for some of you. And that is flexible. Stay flexible. Like Elastigirl. I'm also Elastigirl in another ego world. That's my other reality. Okay. Well, this is also for some of you. No, I thought it said peace. I kept saying the word peace. No place like home. No place like home for some of you. And let's see what the wise words are for number 50. Authenticity, coming home to yourself, feeling at home, arriving at a place where you just fit, and being comfortable in your own skin. Home feels safe and secure. It's comfortable. You can rest, create a place that is known to you, that calls your own. And this card, it says, signifies that your ability to trust yourself and feel at home in your own skin is beginning to solidify as you claim your dignity and integrity and aspects of yourself that no one can take away from you. So for some of you, there's no place like home. Be the observer. You are safe in the house of your spirit and in spirit. Okay, and then card numero 3 for some of you. This one definitely wanted to come out. It's called A Change in the Wind. A Change in the Wind. It's pretty cool. I love the artwork on these cards. Essential meanings: a sense that unseen change has been initiated, preparation for a storm, awareness that your plans are not on firm ground, or feeling a shift, uncertainty about which direction the wind will blow. So if that is where you are right now, because, and it says it's human nature to yearn for certain things and to resist change, yet the world wants to remain consistent like the zebra's stripes, yet nothing in human experience is black and white, nor will it remain static. Not a cool card. The only guarantee is change. And this is a time of transformation. So let's put a spin on it. Instead of being fearful of what's going to happen, especially now with the world being turned upside down, let's put a spin on it and say, oh, I wonder what can happen. And how can I be part of that solution for my world? Instead of looking at the dark down, the shadow side we were talking about, the Jungian awareness, the Jungian, you're like, And so if you're in that place where you're in a world of confusion and uncertainty, start to make and create your own reality, and you'll resonate a different frequency and start to trust that the energies around you are there to support you. And then 26, they said, was for me. 26. Happy. Joy and contentment, a sense of fulfillment, a feeling that all is well. And it is. And if I can, I would like to share this with anyone else who is relating to this card right now. Happy. Your desires are effortlessly fulfilled. Find joy in the present moment, whatever is happening. You're free from the shackles of longing. That is so true for me. And able to experience the liberation that comes from actually being happy moment to moment. Okay? I am on this 60th birthday. Thank you for joining me. I am happy. Yay! All right, folks. Oh, let me check in. Hi, Beth says thank you. That's a nice card. Jordana, happy birthday. Selena, happy birthday. Yes, love this, Sasha. Okay, folks. So take a gander at that link. My birthday special to you, the Astro Cake Karmic Clarity reading. I will be back next Thursday, and in the meantime, I will upload some new videos to YouTube, and I appreciate you all being here. Be sparkly, be present. Remember that your frequency can alter the entire world. You're that powerful. Cheers. Happy birthday. Bye. I'll see you on Thursday.